everyone, allow me to introduce myself before I start this video. Well, my name is Alifia Soeryo, and this is actually a video that I made for one of my classes in college, which is poetry analysis. So today I will be reading you, and I will also analyze a poem that one of my classmates made. The title is Drown, and it is written by Bagus Tryaji Pangestu. So I hope you guys can enjoy it. Okay. Drown. I feel it crawling in my skin. Tell me it was all on me. Tell me it was all my fault. It drives me to the dark, dark side. It keeps torturing me, keep holding me back. Poisoned heart, poisoned mind. Told me to wear my anxiety, like how I wore my old cardigan. Remind me if it's all my fault. Drown me to an eternal sadness. Told me to go with the wind. Up high, there and never come back. Okay, so after reading the poetry to you guys, now I'm going to analyze it. So first of all, we got the message. So from my point of view, I think it delivers a strong message about struggle, sorrow, and also anxiety. The writer is trying to express how he felt helpless and exhausted by all these dreadful emotions that's going on with him until he felt trapped and it's like holding him back. So in general, I think the poem is about despair and the sadness of the writer and how he felt during his darker times. Like it interprets that he wants to disappear from this world because he is experiencing a never-ending sadness. Now the message behind this poem is to show that how some people feel about themselves, like how they are really struggling to get over these mental issues such as anxiety, and how hard it is to actually battle your own thoughts. So it shows that they don't want to be in that situation, they don't want to be in the dark place, and all they want to be is to be free from all the negativities. Now, moving on to the language style. Now, first of all, we got simile. Simile is actually a statement that one thing is like another. In this poem, there is, told me to wear my anxiety like how I wore my old cardigan. It is actually how the writer compares an anxiety as an old cardigan, which is uncomfortable, but it has a lot of memories. It is a simile because it uses the word like to draw a comparison. And then moving on, we have the irony. Now, irony refers to the contradictory statement that reveals a reality that is different from what appears to be like. So, we have the line, remind me if it's all my fault. Now, I gotta say this is an irony because not everything is actually the writer's fault, because there might be also some from the outside, so it's not all from the writer's fault. And then we also have anaphora. Anaphora is a repetition of words at the beginning of a phrase, clause, or sentence. Now on this poem there is a repetition of tell on the second and third line, and it on the third, fourth, and fifth line. And then we also have symbolism. Symbolism conveys a hidden meaning that tells about an artistic expression and represent abstract ideas. Now there is a saying here, up high and never come back. I think it is a symbol which means that the writer actually wants to disappear into the sky and to end all his sorrow, and that he never want to go back to reality. That's why he wants to disappear. Also in this poem there is an enchantment, which is, it refers to a sentence that continues into two or more lines in a poem. Okay, so we have here line 8 and 9, which is told me to wear my anxiety like how I wore my old cardigan. And line 12 and 13, which is told me to go with the wind. Up high there and never come back. Those two are an enchantment. And then we also have metaphor. A metaphor is a figure of speech in which a word or phrase literally denotes another subject or idea to suggest an analogy between them. In this poem, we have poisoned heart, poisoned mind. It is a metaphor of how the writer thinks of himself, which is broken and unable to think straight, thus poisoned. We also have, the last of all, we also have rhyme and repetition. So in this poem, there is a lot of word of me and my, So it is highly repetitive, makes the poem clear that everything that the writer wrote is about how he felt, and it gives like a self-centered sense. And then we also have the imagery. So this poem uses tactile imagery or feeling, like we can see on the first line. I feel it crawling in my skin. It also has a visual imagery where the author described how he was feeling from a line like, it drives me to the dark, dark side. And last of all, there is also a kinesthetic imagery because most of the line requires motion or movement, something like, drown me to an eternal sadness. Okay, so I guess that is all that I can say about this poetry on this video. So, and I really hope that you guys enjoy and you can take something out of it. And yeah, thank you for your attention and have a nice day.